It started in 1254 in Venice, Italy. My dad, Niccolo, and my uncle Maffeo were merchants, so they were not around most of the time. My mom died at a very young age, so I had to live with relatives. When I was 17, and my dad and Uncle Maffeo came back. They said that they went to a land known as Cathay, China, as it's called now. It took 3 to 4 years. I got sick, so a man took me to the top of a mountain to breathe good air. When we got to Cathay, I met the great ruler of Cathay, Kublai Khan. When we met him, there was a feast. There were jugglers and magicians to entertain us. A few years later, Kublai Khan told me to explore unknown regions of his kingdom. I said yes. When I was exploring, I thought I was having a mirage. When I wasn't, I saw a man with a tail. No one has ever seen a man with a tail before. I also saw a log with eyes. Nobody has ever seen a log with eyes before. Oh yeah, Kublai Khan gave me a tablet too, a golden one, but I lost it when bandits were chasing me. Anyway, when I was done exploring, my dad and Uncle Maffeo were getting old and about to die. I asked the great Kublai Khan if we could go. He said that we could go when he wants us to go. A few years later, Kublai Khan was getting sick and he asked us to leave. He sewed riches and gold, money, and rubies into our clothes. And so we left off. It took like 3 to 4 years again. When we got back to Venice, nobody remembered us, not even the king. When we told the king we were the Polos, he remembered. We told him we went to a land full of riches and men with tails. He did not believe us. So we ripped the riches out of our clothes. You think he believed us, right? You're wrong again. Instead, he laughed. And he thought we were pirates. So then everyone in Venice was making fun of us by doing this weird game called Marco Polo. It's still played today, mostly in pools. Anyway, there was a war going on. There is a war between Venice and a different place called Genoa. I was thrown in prison with a romance book writer. I told him about my adventures to Cathay. He actually wrote a book about it. He added some fictional stuff like a giant bird. Once he was done, nobody knew what happened, except that I died in 1324, and the book was called The Travels of Marco Polo. The book was the most popular book in the mid-century. Christopher Columbus read it, but that's a different story. In the 1500s, Portuguese found out that I was right all this time about Cathay. Well, that's my adventure. It's an amazing adventure with men with tails, riches, and my